Actually, wait, I'm sorry. Let me do that again. Good evening, Eagle, Nick. Ah, yeah, you know what I mean, them there, Burns. Wow, where have y'all been? It's been 3 weeks since I've live streamed. Wow. How the heck are y'all? I miss you guys. It has been a crazy last couple of weeks, honestly. Personally, like family life, it's just so much going on. Had a recent death of the family, unfortunately, on my sister's husband's side of the family. So that took us out for a couple of days, and then just busy with work. And then lovely KK, we have our 11-month anniversary this weekend, which we will be celebrating. But our 1-year anniversary will be next month, end of March, and putting something special together for her because she deserves a nice surprise. So, it's a lot going on right now, guys. That little crazy thing called life. But you know what? You guys are a part of my life, and I miss you guys. So I'm so happy I had a few minutes. I don't have long, but a few minutes to hang out. Now, just as a disclaimer, we're going to be here exactly until 6:15. But do not leave, because when we're finished streaming, this stream is going to go straight to Doc Leno's channel. Doc is streaming at 6:15 Eastern, 5:15 p.m. Central. Doc, I think you're in the chat if you want to drop the link to that as well. Completely unrelated topic, but we're going to hang out there for a bit when we're done here. So like I said, we're not going to be here that long. But so good seeing everybody. Just say a quick hello. Okay, got a few people here. Thanks for coming, everybody. Of course, Gimme Crown, formerly known as MC Dilliga. Welcome, Ted Gibson. Anyone that uses a Sharpie to paint in his whiskers deserves to be laughed at. Look, that's like if you're going to use some form of an enhancer of some form of, whether it's body part or a facial feature, right? At least make it look good. Come on, dude. Come on. Yeah, posters have a misconception. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, and Doc Leno has dropped the link. Actually, drop a link to your channel. Let's do it that way, Joe. Drop a link to your channel. So Joe's going to drop a link to his channel. He just reached 400 subs. It took us long enough to get there. But let's just get him over the hump. Let's get him at 500 subs. He can get his channel monetized. That way he can be able to start buying some equipment, make his channel even better software to give back to all of you. But, hey, yesterday, I'm in the background. Yesterday was a day, literally, I was worked maybe 11 hours yesterday, just catching up. Yesterday was crazy, but for like maybe an hour and a half in the background, it came to my attention from a subscriber that there is a channel that has called out DMA and his lawyer for these lawsuits. Now, I don't want to say I'm on the fence. I understand the argument from both sides. I've stated that before in certain respects. Right? In certain respects, I don't like how the suit's been handled. I've stated numerous times, I think the attorney has crossed lines. Now, Randy and I, we're cordial now. He has to be cordial with me. That's why he wiped his channel. Let's be honest. He emailed me and said he's afraid to go on live streams now because of all the nonsense he said in the past. But, I'm just interested to see how this all plays out, because ultimately, look, if anything, people say, oh, you should support Troll because, he loses and you lose. I have nothing to lose. You think this frauditing stuff is a tiny corner of the internet? When was the last time I posted a video on my channel? Like, I just don't. The purpose of my channel right now is for live streaming and enjoying your company, because I don't have time to put videos together. I just don't. I might put something together, just, so YouTube knows I'm still around, but we'll have to see. But then I saw this YouTuber, Louis Rossman, who I actually never heard of until yesterday. Now, someone told me originally that He was an attorney. He's not an attorney, so I misspoke when I referred to him as an attorney in some correspondence. But he completely eviscerates Denver Metro Audits, Chris Cordova, and his lawyer. And what's funny to me, which we'll look at, we're going to watch his videos, but then we're also going to look at DMA's response. Obviously, I can't show DMA's video because he's a child. DMA is a child. Christopher Cordova, I know you're watching this. Randall Newman, you're watching this. Your client is a child. So he'll literally copyright strike this and then try and sue me over it, over watching his video. Like, imagine being Christopher Cordova for a moment. Imagine being a grown man in his 40s, sitting behind a computer, crying to the internet because somebody hurt his feelings. And then finds the one lawyer on this planet that would make a buffoon of themselves and sue people out of his own pocket for himself. So, I don't know. Imagine being, and he points out something in the video. I'm going to pause that. But imagine being a grown man crying over hurt feelings. DMA continually says, oh, it's not hurt feelings, it's the First Amendment. Nothing that DMA does is about the Constitution. DMA chooses to act and behave in the manner that he does simply due to the fact that he's trying to compensate for something that internally he is lacking. He's 5'3", $110, probably never had a girlfriend, probably never, before. Well, unless by himself. He goes on and makes fun of Troll, posting memes of Troll's wife, mocking other people's appearance, officers, yada yada. But dude, look in the mirror. And then when you see DMA wanting to be this fake tough guy, like, dude, you are the least intimidating person. The one time a guy touched his camera, don't touch my effing camera. If you touch my camera, what are you going to do? I would love for DMA to get in my face. I would love, first of all, hold on. Do I have that picture back? Let me see if I have it. With StreamYard, which I like StreamYard. I don't, but I'm going to add it real quick. Let me show you guys real quick. Hold on one second. I should have it back here. I'm not going to waste time and find it, but there is a photo. I know where to find it. There's a photograph that I have that perfectly would describe if DMA were to get into my face. I'm not going to waste time and find. I'm going to take 2 seconds because it should be right here around 2020. I'm looking at my Google Photos. 2024. January of 2024. It should be about right here. No, it's going to be February. One moment, please. If I don't find it in the next 15 seconds, I'm not going to keep looking and waste everybody's time. Nope, can't find it. Not going to waste your time. The photograph I'm going to find if DMA were to get in my face. If Mr. Thomas was here, he probably knows what I'm talking about. All right, let's have a look at this first video. Denver Metro Autos uses anti-piracy law against critic after copyright strikes fails. So this is part of the issue that I've had with, again, and then Newman, and then all these guys trying to sue content creators like us, right? It's one thing if YouTube, right, said, hey, look, your video violated fair use. Yeah, your video violated fair use. I'm taking it down. It's one thing if I were to say, I'm going to post it again and make money off of it. The fact that YouTube rules in our favor as content creators says that on their platform, the video is covered by fair use. And then DMA and frauditors like him look for loopholes, such as retroactively copywriting videos years after they're posted on our channels and suing us for ridiculous amounts of money. It's ridiculous. The fact, I won't say who this was, but I was informed that Randall Newman's legal fee is $900 an hour. So he's going to go after content creators like myself, $900 an hour, and you know he's going to say he did 100 hours worth of work. Nearly 6 figures content creators like myself are going to have to pay Randall Newman, which of course DMA will get his share, after YouTube already said our videos are protected. It's one thing if you're doing this like, oh, I'm doing this because this is the right thing to do. No, this is the loophole that this lawyer came up with that DMA is milking. I don't know how the outcome will be. I don't know. But that's what it is. So what this gentleman, what's his name, Rothman, is pointing out is that now Newman is using a legal theory that will destroy YouTube as a whole. But that has nothing to do with fair use. Let's let him talk. Fair warning, if you haven't seen this guy's video, he talks very fast. So I'm not going to speed it up, but he talks very fast.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. I've been going over this law on this channel for a while called Section 12.1 of the DMCA. Section 12.1 is the prison, federal prison. It's a really horrible law. It was designed to combat piracy. And now that everything that you own connects to the internet and has digital locks and DRM in it, it's no longer about this person's trying to pirate the matrix and sell copies of it to millions of people. It's about, I want to get the ads off my fucking fridge and my TV, and I'm not able to fix my tractor. This law has outlived its usefulness, and in my opinion, this law, dare I say it, never had any usefulness. I've started a nonprofit dedicated to trying rolling it back and try and reform it, and we've been doing quite a bit of work over the past year to do so. We've been working with lobbyists, we've been working with politicians, we've been working with lawmakers, and frankly, I'm very interested in trying to find a test case. We have been promoting this, how ridiculous this law is, through our bounty program. Our bounty program is where there are devices that have horrible, absurd cases of digital locks on them, and we will pay people to break them. And if they choose to share the solution, great. If they don't share the solution, then we have a great example of how this law is causing real and actual harm. Now, a case came across my desk recently that I'm very interested
in. Yeah, he talks incredibly fast, where he starts talking about DMA.
It deals with a First Amendment auditor and somebody who's very critical of First Amendment auditors. Now, you may wonder, Lewis, what the fuck does any of that have to do with Section 12.1 of the DMCA? I didn't have any idea until I started reading the case. The TLDR of this, and I'll leave it to Leonard French if you want the full legal definition. He's way better at doing all that. I'm not going to read through every single element of the case. Leonard French is a lawyer. He's a copyright lawyer.
If we had more time, I'm just going to give you the second video, because he actually breaks the video down. Like Newman, when he started his channel, I think Newman would have been better off if he took the actual strategy the actual lawyers take with his channel by actually like breaking down legal concepts and explaining it for the common person. Because Newman's knowledgeable. I'm not gonna lie. He's knowledgeable. And then when you start going after people's dead children and people's wives, like that's just low. But if we had more time, I think we'd watch that video. Maybe another time. We'll have to see.
You have a gentleman who runs a YouTube channel called Denver Metro Audits. He does First Amendment audits. First Amendment audits is this thing where you will have a camera and you'll walk up to the police or a public place or a public building or go into a library and you'll record and you'll see if you get in trouble. And the idea behind it is that I have a First Amendment right in the United States of America to film a public building. I have the right in the United States of America to film the police. And if you're not allowed to film the police, if you live someplace where the police can tell you, hey, you can't film us, stop that, that's illegal, that's tyranny. And I understand that. The First Amendment...
But that's not the case whatsoever. I mean, I understand what he's saying. From the outside looking in, yes, correct. But as we know with auditors, FrAuditors, it's beyond that. It's attempting to get a negative reaction. It's harassing. It's bullying. It's targeting innocent, helpless employees. Officers that do nothing wrong are still treated like garbage by these guys. So I think it's a little more than that. But on the surface, he's right. If you can't film a police officer, yeah, sure. I get that.
Auditors may not always necessarily come across as nice and kind and caring, but they're there to try and check and make sure that your rights are intact.
And make money. It's all about money. I think primarily it's about money. I mean, auditor channels grow very fast. Very fast. There's a reason why guys will do an audit. Random channels with 10 subscribers but have 3,000 views on a video. Like, it's nuts to me.
There are some people that go a little too far with it, that just are just doing this to fuck with people and get attention and, you know, create annoying, want to record and be obnoxious about it. And that is where channels like the FrAuditor channel comes in. FrAuditor is a channel that is very highly critical of a lot of the tactics used by many First Amendment auditors, and he does not pull any punches. Now, there are valid points to be made on each side here. Again, I want to live in a country where I can record the police. Like if you can't record the police, if they have the ability to, you know, take out their baton or just start shooting you and you take out your phone and record them, that's pretty fucking bad.
But that doesn't happen. I know. This has nothing to do with the actual argument of the video, but that's a garbage argument because that never happens.
Simultaneously, there are a lot of First Amendment audit channels that I see where it looks like some shit resembling like FouseyTube circa 2015. It's a distasteful prank channel, and it's just fucking annoying.
Yes. So this clip is interesting here because on DMA's rebuttal, his live stream where he calls out Rossman for all the facts he gets wrong, DMA's entire argument on that live stream was rebutting this video, this 20-second clip that Rossman's going to show. Doesn't talk about any of the legal, or not illegal arguments, I guess you could say, that Rossman makes. He cries that Rossman is going to call out DMA for bullying this police officer. Oh, well, I'm demonstrating my right. What do you don't know the full context, bro. Like a crybaby. A literal crybaby.
We got Tyrant Hudson here.
Hey, how are you doing?
From last time. The douchebag. This clown right here. Freaking clown right here, man. Let's follow him around.
Where you stand on this type of content doesn't really matter to me. What matters are the legal arguments being used to try and get somebody's video taken down. So FrAuditor is criticizing First Amendment auditors very often. And to criticize them, he has to show their content on his channel. So he shows the content on his channel, and he gets a takedown claim from Denver Metro Audits. And again, they're going through the process. He filed a DMCA claim. FrAuditor responds to it. They're going through the process, and he says this is fair use. Denver Metro Audit says, no, it isn't. And then when FrAuditor gets his videos reinstated, they mostly got reinstated, Denver Metro Audit says, you know, that's not good enough. I'm going to sue you. But he doesn't just sue based on fair use. That's not good enough. He sues based on fair use and Section 1201 of the DMCA. Now, where does a law about breaking digital locks have to come in to a YouTube copyright dispute amongst two people who disagree on politics? Well, in order to show the video on screen, Denver Metro Audits is alleging that FrAuditor had to download it. And the process of downloading a YouTube video, you may notice on this video, there's no download button. And even if you do have a download button because you for premium, it's not a download button. It's a bullshit download where it only works within the YouTube app and this, that. It's not giving you an MP4, an MKV file. You can do whatever you want with it. It's there to control access to the world. There are programs like YTDLP to download that are great. This is a lovely program. It decrypts the URL stream and allows you to download a real copy of the video, which I have no problem with people downloading copies of my videos. If YouTube goes away, I don't want the entire fucking collection of everything I've created to be gone. There are some creators in this platform where, like, again, if YouTube, there are videos that have really, really helped me. So if YouTube goes away, I don't want that content to just disappear into the ether because of this law. So YouTube Downloader exists, but because of Section 12.1 of the DMCA, because it is breaking a digital law, understand that program that you love, that even if you don't use it, many of the programs you use to download YouTube videos are using it, is technically breaking that law, which means the people making that program could be subject to 3 to 5 years in federal prison if they're doing it in the United States. So after FrAuditor's videos get reinstated, he decides, okay, I need a better argument than just that he's not doing fair use argument. And when he sues him, now he starts trying to make the Section 1201 argument. Claim 4. Circumvention of technological protection measures. Mr. Cordova asserts a claim for unlawful circumvention of technological measures in violation of Section 12.1. Defendants argue that the claim should be dismissed on 2 grounds: lack of standing and failure to adequately allege defendants circumvented any technological measure. Section 1201 prohibits the circumvention of any technological measure that effectively controls access to a protected work. To state a claim for violation of Section 1201, a plaintiff must plausibly allege that the work at issue was protected under the Copyright Act. The copyrighted work was protected by a technological measure, and the technological measure was circumvented in order to gain access to the copyrighted work. The court first considers defendants' arguments that Mr. Cordova lacks statutory standing to bring a Section 1201 claim. This lacks merit because they say that Section 1201 affects anybody that's been injured by this, and Mr. Cordova alleges injury based on defendants' alleged circumvention of technological measures. The court next considers whether Mr. Cordova has adequately pled and claim for violation of Section 1201. Defendants argue that FAC does not plausibly allege that the videos were protected by a technological measure when published on Mr. Cordova's YouTube channel, or the defendants circumvented any such measure in order to obtain access to the videos. Now, technically, these were protected at the time because you can't download, like YouTube does this to every single video. Every single video uploaded to YouTube. It's not like they make one where it's like, okay, this one will work with even old versions of YouTube Downloader. It's not like that. Google, YouTube, and YouTube Downloader are in constant fights with one another. So Google will fix it so that YouTube Downloader doesn't work. YouTube Downloader will reverse engineer what Google did and make the program work again. Every single video on YouTube is protected by this technological protection measure. I'm not saying I'm defending it. I'm just saying that that's the case. The DMCA defines a technological measure that effectively controls access to a work as a measure in the ordinary course of its operation requires the application or information or process of a treatment with the authority of the copyright owner to gain access to the work. According to the FAC, YouTube automatically applies technological measures to publishing videos that control access to and prevent unauthorized copying or downloading of Mr. Cordova's videos. The FAC alleges that YouTube's technological measures include rolling cipher technology, which is software designed to prevent unauthorized downloading of videos. This technology encrypts and dynamically alters the video stream's URL signatures to prevent unauthorized downloads. Citing MDY Industries, defendants argue that Mr. Cordova's claim fails and YouTube's technological measures do not effectively control access because Mr. Cordova's videos are publicly available on YouTube. Defendants misread MDY Industries. As the Ninth Circuit explained in a decision, the statutory definition of the phrase effectively control access to a work does not require that an access control measure be strong or circumvention proof. Rather, it requires an access control measure to provide some degree of control over access to a copyrighted work.
This guy talks really fast. Guys, I promise you. Can you see my playback speed on the bottom right-hand corner? Normal. This guy talks really fast.
Mr. Cordova is adequately pled that YouTube applies technological measures, including rolling cipher technology, designed to prevent unauthorized downloading the videos published on this platform. Technological measures intended to prevent unauthorized downloading of the video. And then Metro Audit is technically over there. That technology prevents you from being able to download it. And the problem is not YouTube preventing you from downloading videos. The problem is that if somebody comes up with something that reverse engineers YouTube's method and just grabs the video, that is punishable by 3 to 5 years in federal prison. What the people at YouTube Downloader did is math. This law makes math illegal. The math for DCSS, for you to be able to get around the encryption in a DVD, is something that, like, you could put this on a t-shirt. It's insane, the idea that this is illegal. And at some point, I believe...
Why would you be blocked? You're not blocked. Put a 1 in the chat, everyone, because I told you to. I'm sorry. I know I'm letting this guy talk. Because I just find his argument interesting, but I don't know.
The EFF, I think 20, 21 years ago, actually did make a t-shirt, something along the lines of "this shirt is illegal" because it included a math equation on it. According to the FAC, defendants circumvented YouTube's technological measures by using software applications, ripping utilities, or browser extensions specifically designed to bypass YouTube's technological measures. Mr. Cordova alleges that defendants' tools retrieve and decrypt the obfuscating YouTube URLs, and they just kind of go back and forth on this matter. Now, here's the thing that gets me. Firstly, this is aside from the Section 1201 part. Firstly, if you are a First Amendment auditor, you care about free speech, and again, to the point where you are showing up to you are showing up to libraries and recording people doing shit like this.
We got Tyrant Hudson here.
Hey, how are you doing?
From last time, the douchebag. This clown right here. Freaking clown right here, man. Let's follow him around. Look at all these kids around here. He's saying effing and acting like this.
Because you're recording around children, and that's totally against everything I'm a belief. You know what?
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here! Go!
Chad, calm down. Wow.
I don't believe in filming
We
children.
weren't filming kids. Look, he's acting up.
Now, I never saw this video. Yeah, dude, spazzing out. I mean, that's a bit much, but that's the point. That's getting the reaction that they want. Literally. And this dude calls DMA out for it.
Again.
When you believe in the First Amendment to that extent, and like this is your content, it's really hard for me to square the circle of you also being the guy that's like, that person re-uploaded my video and he was not nice to me. He used 40% of my content and criticized me. That's like, really? Like, this is a video on my channel. If you're gonna be the bitch, be the whole bitch. If you are that into the First Amendment that your entire channel is nothing but First Amendment audits, yet somebody re-uploads a portion of your video to their channel and is critical of you, and you're like, oh God, let's take that down. Like, that's bitch shit. That's bitch shit.
I have one thing to say to that. And that's been one of the major arguments that everyone from the outside looking in is making. Dude wants to be, and again, I understand, First Amendment rights and copyright, quote unquote, theft, alleged copyright theft, two completely different planets, right? But for DMA, again, to be so butthurt that he's proud of the fact that he wants to sue anyone that has any content on his channel. It's hypocritical. It's nonsensical. You want to be the big bad tough guy in your audits, but because somebody called you a name on a video, you want to sue them for thousands of dollars? Like, seriously. And this guy, and Rossman describes it perfectly. Like, you want to be the big First Amendment guy. That's all your channel is about. And DMA said in his live stream, I don't know if he said it in his live stream or Rothman put a clip of him saying this, but his exact words were, yeah, if you agree with what I say, I don't care if you use my video. If you disagree with what I say, I don't give you permission to use it, and I'm going to sue you. Those are DMA's own words. Literally. So a person has the right then to use this quote-unquote illegal software and use it against... Okay. If someone, an auditor, so we have plenty of auditor channels that just re-upload other auditors' videos without any commentary. They don't have a problem with it. But because I say something negative about the video, all of a sudden, those rights are gone. Interesting.
Filed your claim with YouTube. After filing your claim with YouTube, YouTube determined that the video was fair use. Which, by the way, YouTube never fucking does. YouTube almost always agrees with the person filing the strike. But you lost a YouTube strike. After you lost it on the merit, now you're going to...
Here's the funny thing. With videos like ours, YouTube a lot of time falls in our favor because of fair use, because of our commentary, because it's not us just blindly stealing another person's video. There are cases where, like I have a little feature, YouTube Studio, where there are people that have ripped off shorts of mine that have taken like parts of my live streams and chopped it up. I don't care. I have not filed a single copyright strike on my channel because I don't care. I don't. But you have guys, right, that say to YouTube, hey, this guy stole my video. But then, like, YouTube will be like, nah, bro. Like, he added, like, 20 minutes of commentary in a 30-minute video, dude. Like, relax. So, I don't know.
But you lost a YouTube strike. After you lost it on the merit, now you're going to try and also, again, be like a Weasley little bitch with it. And then try to say, oh, well, you had my video on screen. Well, how'd you get my video on screen, huh? Well, you must have broken the DRM. So I'm going to get you for breaking the DRM. Like, no. Because, no, that's not how that works. Because there's other people on YouTube that have used videos from this channel. How many fucking people have you sued for that? How many? How many people, Denver Metro audits, that have used a piece of your fucking video on YouTube have you sued because they used YouTube Downloader or screen capture software to show your video on their channel? You didn't. This is a fair use or copyright issue. This is a censorship issue that is being disguised as a DRM issue. You're trying to use a law that criminalizes the process of breaking a digital lock of what you bought and fucking paid for to get content taken down that you don't like. And that's where I draw the line. I started my nonprofit last year to reform this bullshit law. This law is not about your petty fucking grievance. This law is not even about piracy. This law is about the fundamental question of, do you own what you bought and paid for in a world where a fucking baby monitor can get turned into a subscription? This law is an abomination and a stain on our country. I want to see it reformed. We've started a nonprofit with the intention of reforming. We have a bounty program where we go over different devices that have been disabled by the manufacturer that we are paying people to break open and make work again so we can demonstrate.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the comment section, guys. I'm sorry. Usually it's a lot more comments than this. People are like saying that they're commenting, but they're being hidden because there's nothing. I see nothing on my end comment wise. That's what's crazy. So it looks like a ghost town here, even though there's like 40 people here. So I don't know if YouTube's acting up. I'm literally not seeing your comments. So I'm sorry, guys. Like if you guys think I'm ignoring you, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't see your comments and I don't know why. I am sorry about that.
Just how much damage this law does. We have a wiki with
maybe close YouTube and then come back to the stream. Maybe then it'll work. I don't know why YouTube's acting up. I'm sorry.
thousands of articles going over this. I have a staff, a half a dozen people, quickly expanding, that are going to be working on this. Lobbyists, we work with lawmakers, and we will win. But something I'm also looking for is a test case. You see, there's a legislative route, there's the cultural route, but there's also the judicial route. To show that piece of your video, I used YTDLP. Would you like to sue me? I would love to test this case in court.
And you know, this is the type of dude that would represent himself in court, because when you represent yourself in court, as we know, a la Darrell Brooks, you have so much latitude to say so much crap. And you know, this guy would eviscerate Newman in court. Yo, that's a matchup I want to see. The DMCA lawyer versus this guy in court. Oh, DMA, if you're watching, please sue this guy. Please sue him. Oh, that would be gold, guys. Oh, that would be gold.
Unfortunately, nobody has sued me yet. I would love to get a frivolous lawsuit. You have no idea. There are three types of people in this world. There are the people that go, no, please, I'll do whatever you say. I don't want to get in legal trouble. I'm afraid of getting fired. I don't want to get a legal letter. Oh, no. There are the people that go, yeah, you know what? I'll defend myself. And then there's people like me. The people that get into fights, they don't even care if their nose gets broken just because they enjoy the taste of their own blood. Which type of person do you think I am? Fuck around and find out. I'm not sure if my nonprofit is going to be able to extend help in this particular case. It's almost midnight and I haven't had time to consult with everybody else. I like to make sure he's making the right arguments. And he's one in Denver Metro Audit's favor. Section 1201 of the DMCA will be able to be used in every single censorship or takedown case you see on YouTube when people disagree with one another. This is so fucking petty and stupid. If he had simply had a monitor up, right? Like if he had just put the monitor up with Denver Metro Audit's video and zoomed his camera in on it, had the microphone up to the speaker, that would not have been breaking a technological measure. He could have done that. And then that part of the claim would have been gone. And we know that Denver Metro Audit's issue is not with the fact that he used YouTube DLP. It's with the fact
it's clear. And DMA's response to this video makes that clear, because DMA doesn't say a single word about the law that he's suing Troll over. DMA's whole argument in that rebuttal stream he does to this video, how dare he talk about my First Amendment audit and my free speech? Let me show you guys the whole video, because he didn't show the whole con. Let me show you guys how much of a dick that officer was to me. What?
that he was criticized by somebody. Let's be real here. because he would have gotten the same fucking point across. If you look at Frauditor Troll's channel, it's like 67,000 subscribers criticizing First Amendment audit. It's not like he makes his money off of selling bootleg copies of Blu-rays where people are only going to pay if it's perfect quality. He could have very easily criticized you by just having his camera filming his laptop. If you want to sue somebody for doing that, sue me. I'm admitting to doing it in this video, which is a defense that can't be made for Frauditor Troll. I am not afraid of legal battles. I am not afraid of confrontation, and I am not afraid of getting my hands dirty. I would enjoy every second I spent on that case, because not investing in that right now is giving up freedom of speech into the future for every single person on YouTube. Because even if something technically is fair use, even if YouTube...
Here's something interesting. I could see this guy being an expert witness, potentially. Somebody had asked me yesterday, they said, could this guy serve TMG? If you're watching this answers your question. I wasn't sure yesterday, but I researched it. He could be called as an expert witness in this case. Now, Newman could object, questioning his credibility or questioning his understanding of the law, but he could be called the expert witness in this case. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the chat, guys. I really, it looks like YouTube's not letting people chat today. It looks like, and I go, can somebody comment? Doc, are you here? It was working earlier. Doc, if you're here, comment something, please. I can't figure it out. Oh, well, super chats at work. Throwing around for $2. I also would really like to represent myself. Do a roundup. Hey, I mean, well, I don't want to talk about, I'll let you talk about yourself. I mean, you're at the point where you kind of can, But hey, roundup. Appreciate the $2. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized. Oh, wait, no. No, I didn't do it. Okay, it's okay. Hold on. 2 seconds, I promise. Roundup, I appreciate the $2. As I stated earlier, any donations I get going forward are going straight towards my surprise for my lovely wife's 1-year anniversary, which I will be I want to make a video about it, but then we'll just have Newman making more fat jokes about my wife, which, whatever. Oh, hold on. I have something here. I just want to just do this real quick. Let me just prepare. And then it's just take a couple of seconds. I meant to do this last week. I'm sorry. Like I said, I haven't live streamed in a couple of weeks. Hold on one second. And there we go. Hey, roundup. Thank you so much for the $2. This is for you.
Whoa. Thank you so much for that $2 super. Thanks. You are so awesome. You are super. Eagle Nick says that. You are super. And I thank you. Give me $1, you make me holler. Eagle Nick, all this.
Eagle pack on it. Thanks for the $2. Oh God, you guys are funny. Hey, you know what? Hold on. Let me just do this real quick. Let me do this while I remember. We're about to halftime, but hey, since I haven't live streamed in a while. Here's 5 FrAuditors gifted memberships, and they go to Gimme Crown, Jason Jones, SRQ all day, Mr. Tony 36248, and K-Far. K-Far was here. Wow. Well, 5 of you guys are now channel members, so, well, hey, you know what the rules say.
Whoa. Thank you so much for that $2 super. Thanks. You are so awesome. You are super. Eagle Nick says that. You are super. And I thank you. Give me $1, you make me holler. Eagle Nick, all this.
I love you guys. 5 gifted memberships for Fraud Manias Maniacs. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out on a Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Oh man, love you guys so much. All right, let's wrap this video up, and then we have about another half hour, and then we're gonna do a hard stop to go to Doc's live stream. Which I'll probably be there. Let's see if I can join. The wife's coming out. We'll figure it out. Let's finish this video. Quickly go to the next one. Then we're going to quickly go to DMA's comments section.
YouTube's own system, which is almost always in favor of the person filing the strike, says that your video can stay up. Somebody just filed a claim saying, oh, Section 1201, when we know that that wasn't even the problem to begin with. If you are a large content creator on YouTube, hell, if you're a small content creator on YouTube, and you've ever included somebody else's video within your video, this is very important to you, and I hope that you cover it. There are many people on this channel that have many millions more subscribers than I do that will do videos where they'll show a piece of somebody else's video. And you'll think, well, that's fair use. I didn't do anything wrong, right? Well, even if you didn't do anything wrong via fair use, if you used a downloading program or a screen capture program to obtain a copy of that video to put it into your video editor, you have broken a law that is punishable by 3 to 5 years in federal prison. There are many people on this platform. I know many of you exist that have much larger reaches than I do that do videos regularly where you comment on other people's videos. There are hundreds of you. And if this affects you too, this is not just about some 60,000 subscriber YouTube channel, because when the judge rules in this case, if Denver Metro Audits continues to push forward with this case rather than drop it, they will be setting a precedent that has not been set before, that Section 1201 can be used to limit free speech and fair use on this entire fucking platform. That is a dangerous precedent to have set. We need as many people as possible on this platform to band together against this bullshit. This judge actually rules in favor of Denver Metro Audits. We are all fucked. I don't usually bother my audience to do this to people. Get other people to talk about this. Everybody on YouTube that makes content where they've ever been critical of somebody else's content needs to be made aware of just how fucked they could be if this case finishes in Denver Metro Audit's favor. That's it for today. And as
all right, let's switch tabs. Let's go to the next video. Actually, you know what? Actually, we're gonna actually take a brief comfort break. We've got 45 minutes left, so I think it's a good time. You guys seem a little quiet. You seem like, probably need just a little something to lighten the mood. So I'm gonna step away for about a minute, and I'll be right back. All right. Okay, I think that was a nice comfort break, even though I apologize if some of you were eating. I apologize for that. Wyatt, how are you, my friend? For those of you that don't know, I saw Wyatt. Wyatt was in the emergency room recently. I believe he said thought he suffered a stroke or something along those lines. Wyatt, I hope you're feeling better. Get some rest, buddy. I mentioned to you before, Wyatt, reach out to me if you need anything. My email address is in my description. I don't have much to give, but I'm always here to help my friends. So, if you ever need anything, I can, reach out to me anytime. But, hopefully you're doing better, you're resting, and all that. All right, let's
as fast as I am, I had a scoop of dimetized protein powder that has the Dunkin' Donuts, which has caffeine in it.
Why would this guy take caffeine? He already talks. Guys, I am playing this at normal speed. Oh, I'm going to play this. I'm going to slow this down to 0.75 and see if he if it's normal then. Because this guy talks ridiculously fast. I talk fast naturally. But this guy's out of this planet.
Be allowed to have caffeine. If I have a quarter of a cup of coffee and don't finish the rest of it, I will be running fiberglass fish wire through my wall at 5 in the morning to try to get Cat 6 wire going along my electrical wiring to my fish pond.
I'm playing this at 0.9 speed, and it's normal. So this guy talks so fast. He talks so fast. Oh my god. Oh, you know, it's funny. It's funny with my wife. We were talking the other day. She was like, "Babe, I think you have ADHD because, like, you know, your ability to do 8 things at once, and then circle back, and then you talk really blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No, I don't. No, I don't." I'm gonna show her this guy and be like, hey babe, listen to this, and just have her listen to like 2 minutes and be like, baby, why is this guy talking so fast? That's literally what she would say. Oh my god. I like this guy. Look, well spoken. Yeah. Reminds me of Joe from what's that show called? The prank show. What's it called? Impractical Jokers. Yeah, it kind of reminds me like a darker version. It looks like a black. Well, is he black? He might be. No, he's Italian. I can't tell. That's what he reminds me of a little bit. Listen, a prank show that was like a wholesome prank show. Like prank channels were like that. I have no problem. The fact that prank channels are literally like out to annoy people and they say it's a prank. Like, you ever see these dudes on YouTube? I'll say this real quick and I'll play the video. You ever see these dudes on Instagram or on Facebook where they do these quote unquote pranks and then like they get the snot beat out of them? And like, it's a prank. Oh, don't hurt me. It's a prank. It's a prank. So what? There's that dude that rides up the escalator and then like grabs a woman, like or slap a woman's butt or like grab her face when she's with her man going down the escalator. And her man will be like all pissed off. What are you doing? And then he'll like run after her and like ignore her and be like, I'm just trying to get her number. And then like the dude will like get angry and then like get in his face. Yo, chill, bro. It's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank. Do that to my KK. Do that to my wife. I wish the cameras were rolling. I wish the cameras were rolling. Zoom in on me. Grab my woman going down the escalator. I'll beat the out of you. Just saying. Sorry, nothing to do with this. Let's play on.
Against FrAuditors role. The reason that I disagree with this at its core fundamentally is because when we're talking about a fair use claim versus a Section 1201 of the DMCA claim, we're talking about a difference between I disagree with what you did and I think that should be illegal versus the tool that was used, regardless of whether it is being used for positive reasons or negative reasons, itself should be illegal. When we are bringing a Section 1201 claim against somebody, we're not saying, hey, you should have not used that gun in that way. You shouldn't have shot your neighbor. What you're doing is you're telling Glock it is criminal that you have created a gun and that you have shown people how to create a gun, even if you've not created the gun yourself. That is the problem that I have with this type of lawsuit. I did not read through the fair use section of it. I did not review the clips that were used to see how much of it was fair use or not fair use, because this is not a fair use YouTube channel. I go over ownership and Section 1201 of the DMCA. And I can show you some of the ways that this law has.
I give this guy credit for not trying to explain or defend something he admits he's not knowledgeable to. And I've said it before. I've tried to do that. Look, I know nothing about copyright law. Nothing about copyright law. So that's why I allow people to explain. I do my own research and make my own opinions and interpretations based off of that. Right. So I respect this guy for that. He clearly is a really smart guy. So clearly he can figure it out. But I agree with the fact that DMA and Newman are so desperate for a win here. They're like, oh, yeah, he used ripping software. Okay, yeah, he did. Oh, it's a crime. Oh, we got him there, boys. Ah! Like, literally, he knows that the fair use argument is probably going to fall flat on his face, which is funny because that was Newman's big thing. When Newman was out here taunting content creators like myself, making fun of me, calling me racist names, making fun of Exposer, calling Dr. Dave Dr. Douche, calling Blackheart Knight the R word, like, oh, and that was only because of fair use. Now he's found a new claim. It's actually a funny, like, short. Like, this guy, he looks pissed off. I'm sorry. But that's like now it's like this is what Newman is going to attach to all his lawsuits. Has nothing to do with fair use. Nothing to do with fair use. And that's the problem.
Been used, misused, and abused in the past. It has been used to criminalize somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all hail the almighty Boot. The Boot is here. What's up, Boot? Hey, Boot, this is when you should live stream. Not at 1 a.m. as I'm trying to sleep. When I'm awake and coherent. Take notes, pal. You might learn something.
Allowing you to use your ebooks with other ebook readers. FBI agents have arrested a Russian programmer for giving away software that removed the restrictions on encrypted Adobe Acrobat files. So this, again, regardless of whether you have purchased those books or whether you pirated them, it doesn't matter. Simply creating the tool is the crime in and of itself. Chamberlain Group versus Skyling Technologies. We're talking about a company that luckily won, but a company that was taken to court based on them making a universal garage door opener. We're talking about Spotify Revanced. This was a tool that allows you to not run the lines of code that play an ad or that don't allow you to skip something in Spotify. This is something that not just the person using it has done something wrong. The person who has created it has committed a criminal act in the United States of America under this law. Lexmark versus static roll components. You're making aftermarket ink cartridges that work.
I know this case. Lexmark. Yeah. This was. I don't say it was a dumb case. I don't see. Here. Let me let him talk. He can explain it.
In a printer, that is something that this law.
Let me playing. I remember. I remember we had to do. They gave us like a certain number of cases where. Who's emailing me? I just got an email from a subscriber. Seems like only non-English one word and super chats and emojis are going through the chat. Thank you for that. CyberX. I don't know why. Hold on 1 second. Is this something that is it a setting? I thought you guys were extra quiet. I thought you guys were just bored from what I was talking about, but I think there's an actual issue with. I'm sorry, guys. Please no. Obviously, I want you guys here. I want you guys to chat. I love you. The chat is the best part of my live stream. I'm sorry. 1 second, guys. I don't know how to fix that. This will end all your stream. You need to upstream. No, I can't. I don't want to restart the stream. Let me play the video and let me do something on my other computer here. Hold on.
It has committed a criminal act in the United States of America under this law. Lexmark versus static roll components. You're making aftermarket ink cartridges that work in a printer. That is something that this law makes a criminal activity. Xbox modder could spend 3 years in prison. Somebody allowing you to run homebrew software on your Xbox, regardless of whether it has been used for piracy. If you're simply using that software just so that you could watch a DVD movie and have a different theme or something on your Xbox, this in and of itself is a criminal activity. The judge even thought this was ridiculous. And I quote from 16 years ago, "I really don't understand what we're doing here." U.S. District Judge Philip Gutierrez roared from the bench. Gutierrez slammed the prosecution over everything from alleged unlawful behavior by government witnesses to proposed jury instructions harmful to the defense. And the judge spent about a good 30 minutes just saying how much he thought this entire case was completely fucking ridiculous. When you invoke Section 1201 of the DMCA, you are not simply saying, "I disagree with how that person used my videos." What you're saying is that the underlying tool and infrastructure that he used to use my video should be illegal. YouTube DLP, YT DLP under Section 1201 of the DMCA is illegal. Now, I'll hear a lot of people saying, "I don't like that person. I don't like FrAuditor troll. I like Denver Metro, vice versa." And I'm not here to get into the character of either of these individuals. If I would be criticizing posts like this that I see where the Denver Metro audits is making fun of what the girlfriend of the person he's suing looks like, I'm not interested in any.
See, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix the live stream issue. I'm glad he said that because he admits, yo, that's distasteful, dude. Like, yeah, we know DMA and his lawyer are misogynist because guess what? FrAuditor troll, you're not watching this because you don't give a shit about. Excuse me. You don't care anything. You don't give 2 you know what's about me. But FrAuditor troll, before Newman and DMA mocked your wife. They mocked mine. So, you know, putting that out there. I'm getting other messages about the chat. Give me a couple seconds, guys. Let me see if I can go in and fix it. And before we wrap the stream up, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. I don't think there's anything on my end, but let's wrap this up. And again, don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. In about 20 minutes, we're going to go to Doc Leno's channel where he has a special update. So please stay.
Of that, I have been interested in Section 12.1 of the DMCA and digital ownership long before I ever knew what these two channels were. But let's just take a listen to his lawyer so that you can understand why I wasn't going over the fair use provisions and I was spending a lot more time talking about Section 12.1 of the DMCA. I'm going to play you a clip that is from the person who is filing this lawsuit and doing the work on behalf of Denver Metro Audits, and you can tell me what you think.
What does Randy get if he wins? Apparently, he gets clout in the auditing community because everybody's going to be rushing to hire him and sue the shit out of everybody. That's what he's hoping for. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yes, that is right.
Okay, well.
And if we win, your little buddy FrAuditors really screwed all of you because then I can get to sue everyone for using ripping software.
Two things. One, screw you, number one. Number two, I changed the setting of the live stream to subscribers only. But even if you're not subscribed and you're watching, I changed the timeline to when you can comment to no timeline. So all you have to do is hit subscribe if you have a comment to make. And then if you don't want to subscribe to my channel, just unsubscribe. So try and comment now. If not, it's a YouTube thing. I don't know what the issue is. I'm sorry for that. It sucks. And it looks like dealing with people can chat if you're leaving one word chat or a super chat. Now, if you want to leave a super chat, support, my little plans for the wife for a 1-year anniversary, she can do that. I'm not complaining about that. But still, yeah, that's what it looks like, guys. I apologize for that. I can't do anything about YouTube. I'm sorry. There's nothing I do. But yeah, so Randy here, which again, like Randy cannot keep his mouth shut, admits that one, this is for clout, and two, he's doing this so that he can sue everyone for ripping software. Oh, wait a minute. You're not even looking at me. There we go. Hey, Randy. You listening, Randy? I know you got like 6 bourbons in today. Maybe you'll have like 5 more. Hey, Randy. I was going to make that a short. But my friend Randy, I want to tell you, I have not use any ripping software for any videos I've posted. Not one. You can sue me. You keep saying, I'm not going to sue you, mailroom boy. I'm not going to sue you. Dude, you're a snake. I believe at the right price, you'll sue anyone. You'd sue your grandmother, who probably is Jew. Just saying. All right, we're running out of time. Let's finish this video.
The person who is filing this lawsuit and doing the work on behalf of Denver Metro Audits, and you can tell me what you think.
What does Randy get if he wins? Apparently, he gets clout in the auditing community because everybody's going to be rushing to hire him and sue the shit out of everybody. That's what he's hoping for. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yes, that is right.
Okay, well.
And if we win, your little buddy FrAuditors really screwed all of you because then I can get to sue everyone for using ripping software.
Ripping software.
Even without regard to FUS. If you have videos on your channel that are from someone else, beware.
Even without say that in the more ominous way. Now, regardless of whether it is his intention to use the law that way, the mere fact that the law...
It's funny. You guys can't see this on my end. I just threw stream. It could be something with StreamYard as well. I just put a comment in the chat. I said my exact words were, "Sorry, y'all. Dash. I don't know what's happening with the comment section." And it says YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. And then I went into the backstage area where I can drop chats, and I dropped the same comment, and it's not showing. I'm doing it again, and it's going to say, it says YouTube rejected your comment. So, guys, YouTube's acting up. I'm sorry. I'll probably, when you're a content creator, they send an email out, "Oh, sorry, there was a bug going around, and we had to think we know you lost possible ad revenue because of it, blah, blah, blah." I hate YouTube sometimes. Anyway, I apologize for that, guys.
could be used in that way is the problem, and why my nonprofit exists to try and reform this piece of shit law to begin with.
Doc, we'll be on your side in 10 minutes, but just take note of this. If you're wondering why your comment count might be low, this is going to be why, which sucks. I mean, the thing is, like, we do these live streams. We don't make any money off these live streams. We don't really do anything, you know, whatever. We do these live streams for the community engagement, for the comments section. So not having that, it absolutely sucks right now.
What did he say? Regardless of fair use, if you are using that ripping software, we can get your channel in trouble. Let me show you what Denver Metro Audits has to say about this himself, so I can better explain why it is Section 1201 is so dangerous.
If you're not saying the message that I'm saying, I'm not giving you permission, right? So there are certain people that I can give permission and certain people that I'm not going to give permission. So for me, it's about taking my video and turning it around to a complete opposite message that I want it to be.
A complete opposite message. Ooh, that you want to be. Yeah, that. So, free speech is not free speech. And here's the thing. Now, if you watch my channel, I make it clear. I feel like I'm one of the more objective anti-auditor channels on YouTube. Because I'm not just going to sit there and say, hey, look at this 45-year-old version that draws on his beard and yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to say all that. It's true, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say, look, this is what you did in the video. This is the reaction it's causing. And you see that it's a negative reaction. But because I say that, DMA in essence is saying, I'll give people permission if they say, oh, good job, Chrissy. Good job, Chris. Yeah, Chris, I like that video, Chris. You know? By the way, that's the noise they're going to do with Chris when he gets in jail. Ugh. Anyway. But, like, he's saying in essence that, oh, I'll give you permission if you like what I do. But if you don't like what I do, no, you're not permission to my video. Nah, you're not permission me.
Right? Like Star Wars, they have a very specific message they want it to be. If you take their video and republish it and change it into something completely opposite that they intended it to be, to sue you.
Is a fair use argument back and forth. Did I give you permission to use my copyrighted content, or did I not give you permission to use my copyrighted content? If I did, maybe we don't have a problem. If I didn't, and you're trying to turn the message around, maybe we do have a problem, and he's going to sue you. All that stuff can get adjudicated in court, adjudicated through YouTube. The reason that Section 1201 is a problem is because none of this matters if you support 1201. YTDLP, YouTube DLP, that program, as it is, if that was designed by people in the United States and Google really wanted to push it, the people who made that program can be subject to 3 to 5 years in federal prison, whether they are using it to download your videos with your permission or not. When you support Section 1201, you support criminalizing the tool, not the action. Let's say that I downloaded his video, and let's say I said, I love all your content, I love what you're doing, I want to repeat your message, I'll give you 100% of the monetization from my video, and he said yes. Section 1201 still criminalizes the action of that tool being available to begin with. The people that made that tool can still be sent to federal prison in spite of the fact that he gave me permission to use his video. That is the difference between a fair use and copyright claim and a Section 1201 of the DMCA claim. A Section 1201 of the DMCA claim fundamentally criminalizes the tool, not how you use it. It criminalizes Glock for making the gun rather than me for shooting my neighbor. That takes me to the part of this video that is one of the most important. Was I using YouTube Downloader for this, or was I using screen capture software? How do you know? I'm playing his video, and his video is full screen. Did I download that video from YouTube to do that, or did I use a screen capture software? I was using screen capture software because, as you can see, if I hit escape over here, if I move this around.
Videos. So it's about taking my...
Yeah, as you can see, this is not a video that I downloaded, ripped a copy of. I'm using my screen capture software to capture my web browser, and that's what you're looking at here. That's also how I'm able to show you these articles on screen that I'm showing you. Now, OBS Studio is a program that has the ability to do that. But OBS Studio is also a program that many people use just to capture their HDMI inputs and simply capture what's on the screen of their computer. Under Section 1201, if somebody wants to say, listen, you're breaking a digital lock, you're not supposed to be able to get access to YouTube's videos, and you're getting access to YouTube's videos. It's literally just capturing what's on my screen. There is no way for you to tell whether I use screen capture software or whether I use YouTube DLP unless I tell you. So if you're able to bring a 1201 claim simply for having somebody else's video on your screen, you are essentially criminalizing the activity of using screen capture software. And there are many examples out there of basic repair tools that violate Section 1201 of the DMCA, where the people making those repair tools are available in other countries. Many farmers across the United States were using Ukrainian cracked software in order to fix their John Deere tractors that they paid over $500,000 for, because in the United States, if they made those repair tools, they would be considered criminals. Not just the people fixing the tractor, the people that were actually making the tools themselves. I do not want to live in a world with a framework where if somebody dislikes me, they have the ability to say that not only have I done something illegal, but that the people who have made OBS Studio have done something illegal. And that's the road that we start to go down when we start using 1201 claims on people that we can't even prove used YouTube Downloader. I'm not even saying I have a problem with YouTube Downloader. I don't think that program should be illegal. YTDLP can be used to download a video from someone that I don't have permission to download it from. It can also be used by someone who just wants to download a public broadcast of a politician giving a speech. Whether or not you have broken a law using YTDLP is up to the individual using it, not up to the programmers. But under Section 1201, the simple creating of a tool that somebody could potentially do something wrong with is itself criminalized, which is why I push back against this as much as I do. I don't care if you like Fraud or Troll. I don't care if you like Denver Metro audits. I don't care about whether you love First Amendment auditing or you think it's a meme and just a bunch of pranks. None of that has anything to do with the core of this case. This is why the fair use aspect of the case is not interesting to me, because as the lawyer said in his own words, he could use this to go after people regardless of the fair use. He even put his mouth closer to the microphone like a cartoon villain when talking about it. Ask how much money he's charging his client to take this case right now. If this precedent is set, there is so much shit. There are so many useless, worthless lawsuits that could occur that could harm so many people. This law has been used to sue people making aftermarket ink. It has been used to sue people who made homebrew software for your Xbox. It has been used to raid people who created software that lets you view an ebook on a different device. It is why this is a garbage law. It is because it not only criminalizes the action of the individual, it criminalizes the creator of the tool itself, regardless of how many legal and legit reasons for existing that tool may have. That is insane. We do not criminalize the creation of a knife because somebody may stab with it. And we should not criminalize the creation of a tool that can break a digital lock or perform decryption because somebody may do something you don't like. If this claim were simply a fair use claim without invoking Section 1201 of the DMCA, I would have no problem with it. By all means, proceed and do what you do in court. These are not about whether I love the other, whether I watch recording piece of software, a piece of software that may be able to allow me to download a public broadcast from YouTube of a politician speaking. If the people who program it should be put in federal prison simply because it can also be used to grab somebody else's copyrighted work. This is an overreaching law that doesn't just criminalize behavior, repair of vehicles, and I do not care how unlikable any of the people in the case are. It is irrelevant to the facts of the case. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you...
Well, that says everything you need to know. All right, we got about 4 minutes left. Real quick, guys. Let's head over to DMA's comment section. So this is DMA's channel here, and unfortunately, we can't watch DMA's response. Not because we don't have the time, simply because DMA, being the crying baby he is, would cry and whine to his lawyer and say, I want to sue Mailroom Boy and his plus-sized wife. So no, we cannot watch. Hold on. We cannot watch this courageous freedom fighter who's probably going to sue me just for showing up just he's gonna sue me just for showing this like that. Just for showing this, he's gonna sue. He's gonna sue me over this little bit. Well, let's have a look at this totally grown, not immature, crying like a baby man child. Let's look at the comments section. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. No, let's zoom in just a little bit more. Huh? What's that? I don't want to look at my videos. My recommended videos. Where's the chat? Here we go. Here's the comment section, guys. And this is gold. I wish you guys could respond to this in the chat. I know the chat's broken. I'm sorry. What's this? Oh, he showed his channel members. That's a lot of channel. Flex your freedom. It's so dumb. Why is Tube Sock? Tube Sock, why are you a channel? Tube Sock, we know you're one of us. Why are you a silver channel member? Audit? Did I see that? Completely unrelated. I'm sorry. So let's have a look at the comment section. You steal people's likeness and images in every video. Do you compensate them for using it as unwilling participants? You are nothing compared to Rossman. You're just a cop-hating boy. Ooh. Bro is like, blah, 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 blah. First Amendment, blah, blah, blah. Except it's from me. Are you going to sue me under DMCA for this comment? You're giving DSP gaming energy. DSP gaming. How can you cry when the cops limit your First Amendment, but then you're over here trying to limit other people's First Amendment? Stay in one lane. Don't be switching back and forth. Oh, wow. The longer clip makes you look even worse. Just cry a fest. You do harass cops, though. That's all you do. Harass people with jobs. Look. Oh, here. This is it. It's pretty clear you're either not smart enough to address the 1201 claims, or you're willfully I can't read what the real source of Lewis's criticism is of your audience, of you to your audience, who is dumber than you. And that's my point. He couldn't even address anything that Rossman said. But I can't show you the thumbnail, but the thumbnail is addressing his emotional video, blah blah blah. We're not talking about the effing film you made. Let's look objectively here. You made free speech audit videos auditing public officials. Are you not subject to the same amount of course of action, especially when you put yourself out there as a public figure of any sort? That cop was right to not let jurors be filled. And I failed to see the point of you making the point you're making with the additional context of you being a piece of S to the cop and making waves for no reason other than getting a rise out of someone. YouTube should simply ban audit channels altogether. Well, I agree. You're getting all this heat because you're attempting to trample on other people's freedoms for your own personal beef. If the other channel is just using 95% of your video and siphoning 10 million views, then by all means sue them under fair use. That's the whole thing. Yes, the one video that Troll's being sued for, he did use a lot of commentary of DMA's video. A lot of the video, rather, with little commentary. I agree with that. But then to enable your lawyer to sue everyone, if it's someone that's egregiously stealing your videos and making all this money, that's fine. But if going after a channel like mine, suing me for one video, trying to get, 150 grand out of me over a video where I made $20 off of, that's pathetic. Dude could use 100% of your video and the S still carries more weight than the S you put out. Wow. This dude's a clown if you think Rossman doesn't know how claims work. He literally has a legal team to help others with YouTube. The lowest form of content creation is reaction content. If you win, you might actually have to make something of your own. Oh, well, whatever. Great cash out. Thanks for continuing to be an obnoxious douche. Bro said everything but nothing at the same time. Look at this clown. You're so dumb. More people need to be aware of the BS that you're doing. You don't give a S about the First Amendment. There's no illegal download. You can record your own screen. YouTube has no HDCP protection. Have fun nuking your channel. Liar, liar, audit on fire. Never rise above who you are. Careful, Icarus. Icarus. When the auditor and control governor, you're joking, man. This is never about freedom, and that's blaringly obvious now. Yeah, you completely missed this one to be weaponized for people that create stuff. All right, guys. We gotta go. We gotta go for Doc on Doc's channel. Love you guys. Do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. Empirical miracle. Now I don't see that comment though. You guys see a comment from someone that's DMA? Oh, well, too bad. Gotta go. Do not go anywhere. Stay right there. Love you guys. Bye. Do not go anywhere. I swear to God.